what Ernest suggested is we draw a line here. Okay, so what we can do is we can find the area of this rectangle first, correct? Then we subtract off the area of these two quadrants, right? That means this area of a rectangle, we subtract off a semicircle, yes or no? Then if we subtract off the semicircle, what we have left is this part, right? Correct? Yes? What's so funny there? Wendy, is there a joke that you need to share with the class? Huh? Then what's so funny? Because I couldn't get a joke. Okay, do you all understand what I'm trying to say? First, you find the rectangle. Then, after finding a rectangle, what's the next step, Jingjie? The two quadrant, right? Okay, after finding the rectangle, you subtract off the two quadrant, which means that you are, from the rectangle, you are subtracting one semicircle out, right? So you are left with this shaded area, am I right? Then next, you add this shaded area, which is a semicircle as well, right? Correct or wrong? Okay? Right, that will give us the area. Yes, Colin Chi? You want to make the whole thing a rectangle, then how do you intend to find the shaded area? You're going to make a square. Okay, and then what's next? Is it shorter? Is this shorter? No, is your method shorter or longer? Why don't you try out and then let us know? Okay. Okay, can I take a look? What's the shorter method?
First you cut this, then you move it up here, then it becomes a square. Then over here will be 70, then the height will be 35.
70 here, 35, and then?
No, 35 is here. So you find the square lah.
You find the square.
First over here, the shaded part over here will move to here. Then this will be the unshaded. So then it will be a...
It will be square, but how do you know the length and breadth of the square?
No, you find the 70 here lah.
70, yeah?
Yeah, if you like break it into two, then you find the base and then the height. And then you turn it to square.
Also can. Okay, I've got an alternative method, which I hope we can get the same answer as well. Okay, so let's look at this alternative method, okay? I'll let you all choose which one you want to use, but it should give us the same answer. So what Clarence did was, he drew a line. No, it's slightly different. Okay, so what he did was, right? Children, please pay attention first. Now we have this is our shaded area here, right? Okay, let me color out the shaded area. Our shaded area is actually here, right? Now next, what he suggested is that we move our shaded area. That means this portion here, Okay, this portion, I'll use a red pen, this portion. And this portion, okay, I will move it to here, cut and paste. So, now what happens is when you cut and paste, this region is gone, right? This region is gone, right? And what you have is actually a square. So he make it a square. Okay, but in order to find the area of this square, yes, Colin Chi? Of course you can't. You can just draw a dotted line and then use an arrow, like what I did just now. I used a red color pen, right? Okay, you draw an arrow to put it at a new place that you want to. Okay, so you are actually cutting and pasting one shaded part and putting it in another area. Okay, so what you get is a square, but how to find the area of this square? That's the challenging part, in which he suggested, okay, cut into two triangles. Okay, so here, right, is 70. This is 70, right? Correct, because it's diameter. And here, because it's the radius, is 35, right? So you have half times 70 times 35. But since you have two triangles, you multiply by 2. So it's actually 70 multiplied by 35. Does it give us the same answer as just now? Yes. 2000. 2000 what? So this is another 2000 what? Okay. No, because you are showing that you are having two triangles. Because you need to show them that you are finding a triangle multiplied by 2. Yes, Yong Jian. I can't hear her. No, it's the same question as beyond, because we need to show them that we are actually getting the two triangles, okay, to add up to form the square. Okay, right? Because actually we are doing a triangle here and a triangle here. Okay, we are using two triangles. That's why you need to show the times 2. Yes, Colin Chi? The radius is the length. The radius is not the length of the square. The radius is not the length of the square. Okay? Anyone has any problem with this? So there's a few methods. I think of all this should be the best method, cut and paste. Okay? Anyone need me to go through this again? I'll let you all choose whichever method you want to use. Jing Kai, are you paying attention or not? Don't later you show me your own method. Okay? So we all agree that we'll use this method. Then next part is we need to find the perimeter, right? Okay? Perimeter is actually quite straightforward because we are finding the perimeter of the shaded part. And this is the shaded part, so we are finding this, right? This is a semicircle, right? And these two quadrants will also form a semicircle, right? Correct? So semicircle and semicircle, we get the circumference of the entire circle, right? In order to find this, we just need to use pi multiplied by d, which is calculator pi, right? No, sorry, we also live in terms of pi, so it's not calculator pi. Multiply by a diameter is 70, right? So the answer is 70 pi. Okay, so remember, write your ANS for your perimeter. Your area just now is, hold on, 2450 cm squared, 70 pi cm. Yes? Why will you be using the square method to find perimeter? How are we going to find the diameter from the square? Why will we be finding the perimeter of the square for? No, it's the same. It's not the same one. Now we are finding the perimeter of this figure, right? Can you see a yellow outline? This shaded figure, right? Okay, so it's different. Colin Chi, any problem or not? Yeah. Because why is it pi times d is very simple. This is a semicircle, right, Isabel? These two parts will also form a semicircle, right? Two quadrants will form a semicircle. Right? Then you get one full circle, right? Okay, any problems so far? Can I move on? Next question. Okay, we are supposed to find the shaded area. So the shaded area is actually this area. Now, we have a square PQRS of side 10 cm. So all this is a square side 10 cm. And a quarter circle enclosed within it. Alright, so where is the quarter circle? The quarter circle is here. Can you see a quarter circle enclosed within it? In case you cannot see, this is the quarter circle. So this is the quarter circle. Then PQRUT is the triangle, right? Okay. Where PTU is actually 18.87. So this pi is 18.87. You have two straight lines, PTU and QRU. Find the perimeter and area of the shaded part. Okay, to find the area of the shaded part, okay, there's two parts we need to find, right? Okay, so this is the shaded part as well, right? And this is the shaded part. Who's the team that did this question previously? Give up? You all never give up? Okay, do you want to share with the class? Do you all manage to solve it? Okay, do you want to share with your class? That's to find the area, right? But first, what about perimeter? Okay, so children, let me go through with you. To find the area, okay, what they did is they actually find, you actually use a square and then minus the quarter circle. Okay, I understand. Okay, so what they did is they find this square. Waiting for you all to pay attention. So you find this square first. And after finding this square, right? Okay, what they did is they subtract off this quarter circle. From the square, they subtract off the quarter circle, and what they get is actually this region. Yes? If they use the square, subtract off the quadrant, they'll get the part in yellow, right? Correct? And the next step is, what they can do, they use the triangle. You can find the area of triangle, right? Subtract off the yellow region, you will get the shaded region, right? Yes or no? I'm not sure if you all, that's what you meant. Is that what you meant? Okay. So that's for the area of the shaded region. So let's find the area of the square first. Okay. So to find the area of square, what's the formula? Length times length, right? Okay. Length times length, which is equals to 10. Yeah, so you just write length times length, side times side. Usually we'll write length times length. So we know the area of the square is 100, right? Okay, next we find the quarter circle, which is 1/4 multiplied by pi multiplied by r multiplied by r. In this case, there's only 1/4 circle, so we don't need to write any symbol. So 1/4 times 3.14 multiply the radius in this case how much? 10 times 10. So it's 314 divided by 4. 314 divided by 4 is how much? $70. It's a nice number, right? So this will be the area of our quadrant, right? Okay, to find the area in yellow, what we need to do is to use the 100 minus 78.5, right? Okay, so to find the area in yellow, I use 100 minus 78.5, and I get 21.5. Okay, so 21.5 is your area in yellow. Okay, so this is in yellow. But after finding the area in yellow, what should I do next? Find the triangle, right? So to find our triangle, the formula is what, Jing Kai? Half times base times height. So in this case, half times base. What's the base, Jing Kai? Base is 10 cm. Are you sure? 16, huh? Do you all recognize that the base is 16 cm? Sorry? 10 plus 6, right? Oh, you have to look at the other side, is it? Okay. So, if the base is 16, what's the height, Jing Kai? 10. So what do I have for the area of the triangle, Jing Kai? 80, right? Correct? So after I find the area of the triangle, my next step will be to minus the part that is in yellow, right? So 80 minus 21.5, and I get 58.5. So your first answer will be 58.5 cm square for the area. I still have the lesson with you all, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember the first part answer. Area is actually equals to 58 cm square. Okay, let's look at the next part. The next part, I'm supposed to find the perimeter, which isn't too tough as well. Okay, let's look at the perimeter. The perimeter is actually this part, right, which is the arc, right? Okay, and it's 1/4 of the circumference. Am I right or wrong? Okay, after which I can add this 6 cm, and then I can add my 18.87. Yes or no? Okay, right? So I'm going to show you how to do it. To find the arc length, Caden, what's the formula? Losing track of the number of questions they are copying for me. Now, so much so that I need to write it down. Page what? Page. You see, now, Kaden, I still need to write down the number of questions you owe me. Yeah. Can we or not? Kaden, dreaming, right? I know that too. Aisha, tell me. One quarter times. Well, luckily I know how to lip read. Luckily I know how to lip read. Or else I wouldn't be able to hear her. One quarter times 2 times pi times r. Okay, so in this case, 1/4 times 2 times pi is 3.14 times r is 10. Okay, so what's the answer, Ernest? 15.7, is it? Okay, so this is the length of the arc, right? The one in red. So to prevent you from getting confused, this is the one in red. Now, to find the final answer, I still need to add the one in red, 15.7 plus 6, right? Plus 18.87. What do I get? 57. Okay, remember this is the perimeter. So, perimeter 40.57 cm. Okay, anyone has any problem so far? Okay, I'm going to color out so that it's easier for you all to refer. Next question. Okay, come in now. Hey. Like I was saying, you want to bully someone bigger than you if you dare. Bully me, don't bully the other kids. Okay, don't pick on the P5s. Okay? Pick on me. Right? So, Aikido very good lah. Your Aikido skills. Sorry? So you're trying to say you want to pick on me? Huh? I know, inside your mind you are imagining that scene where you beat Mr. Xia up. Every day he imagine how I'm going to beat Mr. Xia up, pluck out all his teeth to take revenge for asking me to copy. Okay, let's look at the next question. What? You scared? What do you say? Don't want ah? You want to skin me alive, right? Okay. Question 9. The figure shows 5 identical circles. Okay, in case you cannot see where's the last identical circle is here. This is the last identical circle, the 5th one. With center P, Q, R, S, and T, the shaded parts are identical. Each circle has a diameter of 28 cm. Find the area of the shaded parts. Okay, not very hard to find the shaded part, right? Yeah. Okay, let's look at one of them. Okay, just now what I was saying, this is a quadrant, right? In a square, right or wrong? Okay, this is a quadrant in a square with the side of the square being the radius, right? Correct? So what I have is, I want to find one of this, which means I want to find this. Correct?
I didn't have to find that.
You didn't have to find it?
I found the shaded area first. I didn't find the shaded area. I found the inside between the last circle. I find that area, then I subtracted the... then I use it to... No, you can. It's basically, there's actually, inside that square, there's actually 4 small squares. Then I take the square minus the quarter I get what's inside the last circle.
Oh, not very efficient, I feel. Okay, so children, this region that I shade in yellow, right, is actually what we call half a leaf. Okay, it looks like the shape of a leaf, right? You look at this, it looks like the shape of a leaf, right? So this is half a leaf. Okay, in every time when we want to find half a leaf, right, we'll always find the quadrant, subtract off the triangle. Every time we want to find half a leaf, we will find the area of the quadrant, subtract off the triangle. Okay, we want to find half a leaf. Okay, if you want to find a full leaf, will be quadrant, subtract off the triangle, multiply by 2. I'll get a full leaf, right? Now I have actually 4 pieces of leaf, right? Correct? The 4 pieces of leaf will form the shaded portion, shaded area. Okay, let's find the area of the square first. Okay, so what's the formula to find area of the square, Araki? Length times length, right? So length times length. And in this case, what's the length of the square that I'm looking at? Jing Kai, 28 cm. Are you sure? Very sure. Wendy, do you agree with him? If you find using 28 cm, then how are you going to find the area of the leaf or the yellow color region? Who agrees with Wen Di and Jing Kai? Put down your hand. Who agrees with Wen Di and Jing Kai? Put down your hand. You agree with them? Okay, put down your hand. I already know who I want to ask the next question already. Okay. Alexis, why do you think that the length is 28 cm? But you know which square am I looking at here? I am looking at this square. If I don't use this square, how can I find the yellow color region?
Yeah, that's why I used to find this one, just like my method. I use that square.
Children, if I use this big square here, how can I find the yellow region? So, Jing Kai, you agree with Wendy? Okay, so you decide to disagree with yourself. Huh?
He told me that he disagreed himself.
That's good. So at least he realized that he's wrong. Okay, Sherway, tell me what's the length?
The length is... no, 14 cm. 14 cm.
Okay, so do you all agree that the length is 14? Yes. Okay, so it's 14 multiplied by 14. This will give us the area of a small square. Huh? So, Lauren, what's the answer? Sorry?
196.
So the area of the small square is 196. Yes, someone asked a question?
Can we do the step like last time?
Sorry?
This doesn't sound like my method.
You can't. It doesn't work. You can try.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, the square minus. I mean, yeah, it works.
Then after that you find the square and then you take that length times 2.
You do it, okay, then you show me. Okay.
Square minus.
Can we focus on this first? This will be the fastest already. Right? So, after we found the area of this, so you all agree that 196 is this area, right? Yes? Okay, now I need to find the quadrant, right? Area of quadrant. In case you do not know which quadrant I'm looking at this quadrant, okay? You still cannot see. Let me highlight the quadrant I'm looking at for you. Okay, I'm looking at this quadrant, okay? Right, so in order to find this quadrant, it will be 1/4 multiplied by pi multiplied by r multiplied by r, right? Which is 1/4 multiplied by 22/7 multiplied by radius in this case, Elliot. Fourteen, huh? Wendy, what's the answer? I can't hear you. Exact? So it's 154. So we know that the quadrant, the area of the square is 196. The area of the quadrant is 154. Why am I finding the area of the square for just now?
Oh yeah, because you have to find the triangle.
Sorry, I think the area of the... Yeah, ask you stand. Yeah, ask you stand. Why am I even finding the area of the square?
Find the inside. Yeah.
It's useless, right? The area of the square is useless, right?
But that's how I solved the question.
Actually, I did a redundant step, right? Because later you will realize why this step, the square is redundant. Okay? So, I have the quadrant. I just need to subtract out the triangle, right? Then how come you all never correct me? But I thought just right at the start of the question, I said, we will first find the quadrant, then we subtract off the triangle. Then I went to find the square. You all never tell me. Okay, so is this needed? No. Not needed, yes. Now we need to find our, after finding quadrant, we need to find our triangle, right? So it's half times what? Jing Kai. Formula, please. think I'm waiting for you to give me the formula. Are you with me or have you left this classroom 1 minute ago? Jing Kai, please. Don't know, right? Never mind, Kaden will help you. Kaden. Huh? Yeah, then tell me. Then what do you know? Oh, you know what you have to do? Kaden, what happened to you? Is that a cursed seed? A seed that caused you to always be in dreamland? Huh? Kaden, do you need to change seat? No. Every question from now onwards, I'll call your name. Okay, Laura, tell me. Half times base times height. So, Jing Kai, tell me. Half times what? Multiply by, which equals to 90, 98, 98. So we have the area of the quadrant and the area of the triangle. What's my next step, Kaylin? Quadrant minus triangle, so it's 154 minus 98, which gives me 56, right? Okay, so I got 56, and this is my yellow color shaded region, right? Correct or wrong? And 56, how many times must I multiply it by to get the final answer, Kaden? Four, 8. You sure? Huh? Did Colin Chi help you? My games? Are you sure it's my games? Yeah, are you playing? Colin Chi, are you playing my games with Caden's mind? Is he your friend? Hey, you already say you're not his friend, so maybe he's saboting you. Times what? Times 8. Okay. My job is to sow discord between you and your friends. So 56 times 8. What's the answer, Konji? Huh? 448. So this is the area. So Colin Chi, are you sure your answer is correct? 448. CM2. What does CM2 mean? Okay. Yes, beyond.